And now, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from the man himself. Please join me as we invite His Excellency Dr. John Kayode Fayemi, Governor of Ekiti State, Chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum, to now come forward and unveil his agenda for Nigeria.
Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you very much. Amen indeed. Thank you, Ekiti State. Thank you. Excellencies, party leaders, our royal fathers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am highly honored by your presence here today in such large numbers to participate in this town hall event. Your presence here reinforces my personal conviction that we are at a crucial moment in our country's history and of the world at large, where we must, as a people, make the choices that will guarantee peace, prosperity, and a secure future for our children. Trying times such as we're witnessing on a global scale can, if properly managed, be converted into transformational moments that allow both for the achievement of a fundamental national reset and a major leap forward in our nation's affairs. The words that I hear from many Nigerians from various walks of life assure me that as a people, guided by the right leadership coalition, we are determined not to allow tough times to lead us into debilitating pessimism. Neither are we ready to forget the gains of the past 6 decades of our independent statehood. Instead, we share a strong desire to seize the moment and strive for a wholesome recalibration that enables us to build upward and higher in unity and unison. That is the Nigerian spirit that the world has seen displayed intermittently and which combines with an uncommon fortitude that allow us to triumph over adversity, over enemy, and over discontent. It is our reason for hope. It is also partly why, like my fellow travelers, some of whom are here with us in this hall, I am proudly Nigerian and will always remain one. My own journey into public life has taught me that while we must never as a people be complacent about our circumstances, there is also no noble project of national development and advancement that is beyond our grasp when we act as one with a clear vision, courage of conviction, and the requisite commitment. I began my journey into the public sphere as a student leader at the University of Lagos, at a time in our national history when we were all fired by genuine and well-founded hopes of the heights, to which we could soar as a leading actor in global African and world affairs. It was the time in my personal journey when the roots of my unshakable faith were birthed, that our future as a nation and our place in the global community of nations resides in the consolidation of our unity and national cohesion. For it is out of unity and cohesion that we have always found the strength to transcend all barriers, defend our freedom and dignity, scale new heights, and provide leadership for others, especially in Africa. Beyond my early forays into the public sphere as a student leader, my abiding faith in the oneness of our country has been further reinforced by all my subsequent engagements in national affairs as a scholar, civil society voice and institution builder, community and political organizer with an unapologetic pan-Nigerian and pan-African outlook, tireless advocate for human rights and democratic governance, as a two-term governor, a federal cabinet minister, the founding coordinator of the Progressive Governors Forum, and two-time chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. I have been privileged to witness firsthand the underlying commitment and sense of solidarity which Nigerians from all parts of our country share about the promise of our fatherland. And it has been my singular honor to have been an active part at various times with other committed compatriots from various walks of life, laboring with determination towards rapid and sustained national progress. Dear compatriots, it is in the spirit of this abiding faith in our country and the promise of its unfinished greatness that I stand before you today in total humility and with all sense of responsibility to solemnly declare to all within our party and Nigerians at large my decision to accept my name to be put forward for consideration by the All Progressive Congress leadership and membership as our party's standard bearer in the upcoming contest for a successor to our leader, President Muhammadu Buhari. This is not a decision which I have taken lightly. Indeed, to arrive at this point, I carried out a long and deep self-introspection with the help of my wife, Bisi, and other family members, my friends, my political associates and professional colleagues. I have also traversed the length and breadth of our country to consult and explore with our esteemed elder statesmen and women, traditional rulers, a cross-section of party leaders, and rank and file members of our great party, and various non-partisan leaders of thought and opinion. I embarked on these outreach visits, neither with any prior assumptions about what they would yield, nor with any sense of personal entitlement. However, after a careful consideration of where we are as a nation, and the many perspectives which are emerging about the challenges, old and new, which we must tackle and transcend, I am convinced that my entry into the race will offer our members and Nigerians the opportunity to examine competing visions for national rebirth in the best interest of our country. It is on the foundation of a clear vision of our national future, accompanied by a carefully thought out program of action, that I present my candidature, fully convinced on the basis of what I have experienced, heard, and seen about the demands of the times and the aspirations of our people. It is my conviction that the agenda that I am proposing for our country is one which will find favor with all Progressive Congress members and win resounding traction with the generality of Nigerians. Here then is my motivating testament and confession. I am a patriot, born in this country in the course of the first decade of our country's independence. And I stake a bold claim to say that I am a full-blooded child of Nigeria. I grew up, as did many of my generation, socialized into the ideals of a united and virile nation. In my lifetime, I have witnessed some heartwarming moments of nation and state building that will make any citizen anywhere immeasurably proud. But I've also seen some truly challenging days in our journey of nationhood, which have tested our collective resolve and demanded the exercise of considerable political savvy by our leaders over the years. I have taken as key lessons from the admixture of high and low points we have experienced as a country, that when and where we are charitable to one another and allow our shared humanity, innate spirit of solidarity, hard work, perseverance, and underlying patriotism to prevail, we always succeed in overcoming and thriving through adversity. Fellow Nigerians, that is why on this fourth day in the month of May 2022, before this august assemblage of Nigerians from all walks of life, and those watching from all corners of this beautiful land and beyond, I can boldly and confidently say to our party members and the generality of Nigerians, let us, together, as one people, dig deep into our history and our hearts to revive hope and do the work of faith that will positively re-energize our homes and our lives for the common and the greater good. Despair is easy to spread. Hope can be daunting to sustain, and faith can be severely shaken. But whilst the night may be long, the dawn must come, and it always does. That is why Nigeria is worth fighting and living for. I offer myself as the leadership figure who is willing and primed to work with you, beloved compatriots, to launch and drive the hard work of surmounting difficult times, fostering trust, and building bridges with a view to carrying us in unity, equity, and justice into our new dawn of progress and prosperity. Hope, such as I offer with my candidature, is premised on a shared vision on which we can all agree and for which we collectively strive, of a nation that is more confidently and uncompromisingly at one with itself, serving as home for all of us, regardless of ethnicity, class, age, gender, disability, region, or religion. It is the vision of a nation of multiple diversities in which each and every one of us can recognize ourselves in its fabric and workings as equal stakeholders and co-constructors, complete with all the rights, all the freedoms and all the duties provided under the Constitution for citizens. The idea and ideal of Nigeria has home to all of us who are its children is one which we can all rally around as a starting point for the unfinished work of national greatness that must be taken to its next phase. To give full effect to this, concrete programs of action will be launched in priority areas that will allow for a revamping of the credibility of the Nigerian state, the promotion and fulfillment of an enhanced social contract, and the rebirth of the national identity. Programmatically, as the standard bearer of the All Progressives Congress, I will be leading the implementation of a holistic and integrated response to the multifaceted security crisis confronting us. To this end, we can expect the retooling of our armed forces, intelligence agencies, and our border guards will be pursued in tandem with an overhaul of our policing system and the phasing in of bold, universal social policies that will enable us decisively tackle poverty and upgrade human capital and security. In this perspective, the deliberate expansion of employment opportunities, youth entrepreneurship, skills development, and innovation, support to the weak and vulnerable, such as we have done in Ekiti State for the elderly with Owo Arugbo and Onje Arugbo, and women's socio-economic empowerment will be treated as just one dimension of our comprehensive response to the costly security crisis that have destabilized us as a nation, as will the pursuit of broad welfare policies that are embedded into a new state-society bargain and the empowerment of all our citizens. The adoption of broad socioeconomic measures that enhance our capacity to fight insecurity must be done at the same time as investment in reinforcing the deterrent capacity of the state through its armed forces, security agencies, and policing authorities. Authority and legitimacy, coupled with deterrence and rapid response, go hand in hand, just as we must better design and interface economic policies with broad social objectives and goals of political inclusivity towards a well-defined outcome, namely the sustained peace, stability, and progress of our country. But let there be no doubt, for the economy to serve broader social and political purposes that enhance human life and state security, stem poverty, and promote national prosperity, my agenda for Nigeria encompasses attention to questions of productivity, diversification, domestic value addition, investment and incentives for research, development, and innovation, and the expansion of domestic revenue mobilization, amongst others. Considerable work is already ongoing in the upgrading and expansion of our infrastructure, and we have the current APC government to thank for that. But one of my prime objectives will be to accelerate this, both through public investments and partnerships with the private sector, while simultaneously ensuring that we enforce accountability and get much greater value for money. By the same token, a major rescue and investment program for the education sector, the health system, the civil service, and the local government system will be launched to reorient each of them for the task of overall national development. progress and prosperity. Each of these domains can benefit much more from a deliberate and systematic deployment of digital technologies as appropriate to their context. The opportunities will be followed through as an integral part of our program of national rebirth. Compatriots, I fully understand that we cannot secure our prosperity without ensuring that our agriculture sector is able to deliver self-sufficiency in feed our efforts at agro-allied industrialization, and thus meaningfully enable the transformation of the unemployed into gainful employment, reinvigorate our rural areas, foster the coordinated expansion of commodity exchanges, and boost the flow of foreign exchange into the economy. We will prioritize the sector for the multiple benefits it can bring to the agenda of national prosperity and transformation that we'll be pursuing with unrelenting vigor. As part of this commitment, issues of streamlined and transparent access to agricultural finance and the expanded adoption of agricultural technology by farming populations will rank high in the priority areas for our focus. No vision of national prosperity, however impeccable, or program of national transformation, however comprehensive, can deliver the outcomes desired without attention to the planning system of government writ large. We must build on recent successes in restoring our national planning system and our statistical capacity in order to open new forward-looking approaches to development management that is research and data-driven. This will form an integral part of the new e-learn that we'll be bringing to governance as a whole, driven by a philosophy of efficient service delivery, the enthronement of a civic culture, and the encouragement of an empowered citizenry to engage with public affairs, understanding that it is the repository of power. As part of this commitment, a holistic approach to decentralization will be embraced and institutionalized so that government and its services are brought closer to our people. Our program of decentralization will also feed into the goals of a stronger, more united, and stable Nigeria. Outcomes which are not only good for our domestic prospects, but which will also benefit West Africa, the rest of the African continent, and a troubled international multilateral system. Dear friends and compatriots, I have, for this occasion, shared just a few snippets of what I hope will be the core of the Nigeria agenda under my watch. I embark on this journey with a determination to play my part to the end. I do so buoyed by your many good wishes, freely expressed, and your prayers fervently offered. Let me commend in this contest other compatriots who have already thrown their hats in the presidential ring, and those who are still going to throw their hats in the ring for their courage and commitment. I want to commit before you and all Nigerians that I will, in the course of this campaign, adhere to the highest standards of decorum, decency, and respect, which Nigerians expect of their leaders. As we go along, I will have occasion to share even greater details about my vision for our national prosperity and progress, and the program underpinning it without malice or ill will to anyone. Finally, I wish to pay tribute to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari for his fatherly counsel all through the period that I have been privileged to work with him. I wish also to thank all our other living leaders who, in and out of office, continue quietly to labor for the unity and peace of our country. Above all, I want to thank all Nigerians, male and female, young and old, worker and retiree, who have refused to give up on the Nigerian dream. This is my pledge to you today, delivered before you and God. Together, we shall bring that dream to full fruition in our lifetime. And it will blossom to the pride of all Nigerians and the admiration of the world. And we shall return to our place as the pride of the black race and the pride of the world. Let us join hands to commence the work required towards completing Nigeria's unfinished greatness. I am ready. Are you? God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.